They dominated the R&B charts with smooth vocals and unforgettable harmonies. But behind the scenes of Kut Klose's success story, a different melody was playing, one filled with betrayal, broken promises, and career struggles. Now, years after their rise and fall, the shocking truth about their experience can finally be revealed. Was legendary singer Keith Sweat the man who discovered them responsible for their downfall? Let's find out. Early beginnings. Kut Klose is an American R&B trio that emerged from Atlanta, Georgia in the mid-1990s. Comprised of three talented female vocalists, Athena Cage, LaVon Battle, and Tabitha Duncan, the group quickly gained attention for their harmonious blend and soulful sound. The trio was discovered by the acclaimed R&B singer and producer Keith Sweat, who played a pivotal role in their rise to fame. The trio paths converged in Atlanta, a city known for its rich musical heritage and growing R&B scene. Tabitha formed the R&B group Kut Klose. Born into a large family with 15 children, she felt the need to find a sense of belonging outside her overprotective upbringing. This longing for connection pushed her to explore new avenues in her life. While working at LaFace Records, Tabitha was inspired by the success and dynamic energy of TLC, one of the most popular girl groups of the time. Their music and presence resonated with her deeply, sparking the idea of forming a girl group of her own. Driven by this newfound passion, she began to envision a group that could capture similar energy and success. Tabitha's path was greatly influenced by her then boyfriend, who had connections in the music industry.
And, in this business, you just have to make your way as a group, and I think we did that. Unfortunately, some of your pitfalls.
Among these connections were prominent figures like Babyface and Keith Sweat. Recognizing an opportunity, Tabitha leveraged these connections to get her group an audition with Keith Sweat. This moment was a turning point for Tabitha and her group. During the audition, Keith Sweat asked the group to perform the song Get Up On It. Their performance impressed him, showcasing their talent and potential. Keith, who was signed to Elektra Records at the time, had the opportunity to sign new artists to his imprint, Kaya Records. He saw great promise in Kut Klose and decided to add them to his roster.
I went and got my own label, put Silk on the label, Cut Close on the label, and I'd never been in the red. I was, my first album.
This decision marked the beginning of their professional journey in the music industry. Athena Cage, LaVon Battle, and Tabitha Duncan each brought their unique vocal abilities and personalities to the group, creating a distinctive and dynamic trio. In 1995, Kut Klose released its debut album titled Surrender **. This album marked the group's entry into the music industry, presenting a blend of smooth vocals and contemporary R&B rhythms. One of the notable aspects of Surrender ** was the involvement of Keith Sweat, a well-known R&B singer and producer, who played a big role in shaping the album's sound. His influence was evident throughout the album, contributing to its polished production and cohesive style. Kut Klose released 3 singles from their debut album, Surrender, Lovely Thing, and I Like. Among these, I Like stood out as the most successful track. This single resonated with audiences and climbed the charts, peaking at number 6 on the US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart. It also made a notable appearance on the Billboard Hot 100, reaching number 34. The success of I Like helped to establish Kut Klose as a noteworthy act in the R&B genre during the mid-90s. Kut Klose is best known for their hit single I Like, which became a standout track of the 1990s R&B scene. The song, characterized by its smooth melodies and sensual lyrics, resonated with listeners and solidified the group's place in the music industry. I Like received significant radio play and became a defining track of their career, showcasing their ability to deliver emotive and memorable performances. The album Surrender * also received big attention. It reached number 12 on the Billboard Top R&B or Hip Hop Albums chart, showcasing the group's potential and the positive reception of their debut effort. The album's performance on the charts reflected the group's ability to connect with listeners and the appeal of their musical style. Despite the moderate success of the singles Surrender and Lovely Thing, neither managed to achieve the same level of impact as I Like. However, these tracks, along with the rest of the album, contributed to the group's overall image and sound, helping to establish their presence in the R&B scene. Cut Close's debut album, Surrender captured the essence of 90s R&B, characterized by smooth harmonies, heartfelt lyrics, and a polished production style. Keith Sweat's involvement as a producer added a layer of credibility and expertise, enhancing the album's appeal. The group's vocal abilities and cohesive sound were showcased throughout the album, leaving a lasting impression on listeners. The trio's big break came when they were featured on Keith Sweat's single, Rise to Fame. The collaboration between the women and Keith Sweat on his 1996 single, Twisted, marked a big moment in their careers. Twisted became a hit, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and showcasing the smooth blend of Sweat's smooth vocals with the trio's harmonious backing. The success of Twisted not only highlighted their vocal talent, but also solidified their presence in the R&B music scene of the 1990s. This collaboration introduced them to a wider audience. In the same year, Cage's feature on Keith Sweat's single Nobody further showed the fruitful musical partnership. Nobody also achieved commercial success, climbing the charts and earning widespread acclaim. Cage's contribution to the song added depth and resonance, complementing Sweat's soulful delivery. This collaboration demonstrated their ability to adapt and excel in different musical arrangements, enhancing their reputation as versatile artists. Their partnership with Keith Sweat extended beyond these successful singles. In 2007, the group reunited with Sweat for his Sweat Hotel Live project. This project involved a series of live performances and recordings, capturing the essence of their collaborative chemistry. Performing live allowed the artists to connect with their audiences in a more intimate setting, showcasing their talent and stage presence. The Sweat Hotel Live project was proof of the enduring appeal of their musical collaborations, resonating with both longtime fans and new listeners. In September 2010, the trio released a new song, Let It Ring, as a buzz single via iTunes. This release generated excitement and anticipation among their fans, signaling the possibility of an untitled second album. Let It Ring showcased their evolution as artists, blending contemporary R&B elements with their signature harmonies. The song's release demonstrated their commitment to staying relevant in the ever-changing music industry while staying true to their roots. The anticipation surrounding the untitled second album showed the trio's enduring popularity and the loyalty of their fan base. Even with the passage of time and changes in the music landscape, their ability to create compelling music remained unchanged. The release of Let It Ring was more than just a single. It was a statement of their resilience and adaptability as artists. Despite Kut Klose's immediate success, the group only released one album before they vanished from the music scene. The truth about what happened to Kut Klose after their association with Keith Sweat is more complicated than most fans could ever imagine. Here's how the story unfolded. Career challenges. In a candid interview on the Halftime Chat YouTube channel, Tabitha Duncan, a member of Cut Close, opened up about the group's challenges. She revealed that despite their efforts to navigate the music industry properly, they faced challenges and ultimately felt betrayed by the system.
Business is vicious.
I know.
It really is. It's like jumping into a bed of roses with a whole bunch of spikes, but then you're like, ooh, the rose is pretty though. But the thorn is stabbing me in my
From the beginning, the
eye.
group tried to do things the right way. They even hired their lawyer to review the contract when they signed with Keith Sweat. They believed that having legal representation would protect their interests and ensure a fair deal. However, the reality of the music industry soon became clear. Tabitha explained that they quickly realized that everyone in the industry seemed to be interconnected. This close-knit nature of the industry meant that even their lawyer, who was supposed to advocate for their best interests, failed to protect them adequately. Despite their precautions, the group found themselves in a disadvantageous position when they signed a contract that included a 7-album deal. A particularly troubling aspect of the contract was the publishing agreement embedded within it. This agreement essentially stripped the group of their publishing rights, assigning them a mere $1 in compensation. In stark contrast, other individuals involved in recording their music received big publishing payments amounting to $150,000 each. This difference showed how Cut Klose was treated unfairly and taken advantage of. Kut Klose faced serious money and legal problems that deeply affected their career. Even though they were talented and could have succeeded for a long time, the unfair conditions in their contracts stopped them from growing and getting more chances. As the group understood how much they were used unfairly, they became more disappointed with the music industry. Tabitha's revelations shed light on the darker side of the music industry, where artists often face exploitation despite their talent and hard work. Tabitha further stated, "To know that you're screwing somebody is disheartening to me." Her words reflected the frustration and disappointment felt by the members of Kut Klose, who had hoped their hard work and success would lead to fairer treatment and better opportunities. After releasing several successful albums, the members of Kut Klose anticipated they would be able to renegotiate their contract on more favorable terms. Their collaboration with Keith Sweat, particularly the hit song Get Up On It from his 1994 album of the same name, greatly boosted their visibility. The song was a hit, and the album's eventual platinum certification meant that Kut Klose was introduced to a much larger audience. With this increased exposure, people began to take notice of Kut Klose's talent and potential. The trio, comprised of Tabitha Duncan, Levon Battle, and Athena Cage, felt the time was right to establish their own identity and pursue independent projects. They believed that their growing popularity and proven track record would translate into financial success and greater artistic freedom. However, the reality was starkly different. Despite their achievements and the recognition they garnered, the financial rewards did not materialize as expected. The music industry, which is known for its complicated and sometimes unclear contract talks, didn't bring in the money the group expected. They were disappointed by how little they earned compared to how popular they were. Favoritism added to the growing tension within the group. Athena, the lead singer, appeared to be favored by Keith, the band's manager, over the others. Initially, this dynamic wasn't a major concern for Tabitha. She recognized and appreciated Athena's unique singing talent, which made her the natural choice for the lead role. Tabitha's acceptance came from her understanding that Athena's voice had a rare quality that captivated audiences and elevated the band's performances. However, Levon had a different perspective. Levon began her career as a solo singer, accustomed to being in the spotlight and having creative control over her music. When she joined the band, she expected to share the spotlight equally. Instead, she found herself increasingly overshadowed by Athena's prominence. This shift was difficult for Levon to accept, as it felt like a demotion from her previous status as a solo artist. Levon's feelings of being slighted were compounded by Keith's apparent favoritism toward Athena. Keith's actions and decisions often prioritized Athena's role and contributions, further sidelining Levon. For example, Athena would frequently be given the most prominent parts in songs, and her opinion seemed to carry more weight in group decisions. Levon noticed how Keith would often praise Athena publicly, sometimes neglecting to acknowledge the hard work and talent of the other members. This favoritism created an undercurrent of resentment and frustration within the group. Levon's sense of being undervalued grew, leading to strained interactions with both Athena and Keith. She felt that her talents and contributions were being overlooked, which was disheartening given her background as a successful solo artist. Tabitha, although initially unaffected by the favoritism, began to sense the discord it was causing. Now here's where things get interesting. The trio's two singles, Lovely Thing and Surrender, didn't perform well. The public and critics had high hopes for these releases, but they ultimately fell short of expectations. An article published by the Washington Post delved into the reasons behind this poor performance. The journalist writing the piece acknowledged that while the members had attractive voices, they didn't possess a distinctive group sound. This critique highlighted a fundamental issue. The trio's music lacked the unique identity necessary to stand out in a crowded industry. The journalist further scrutinized the lyrical content of the songs, pointing out that since they were written by Keith, the lyrics felt inauthentic. According to the article, the words seemed tailored to fit male fantasies rather than reflect genuine emotions or experiences. This discovery was important because it hinted that the music might have been made more as a product to sell rather than coming straight from the trio's artistic feelings. The critique highlighted how crucial it is for music to feel genuine, especially now when listeners want to connect with artists on a personal level. Moreover, the journalist didn't hold back in criticizing the industry practices behind the scenes. He noted, "There's something smarmy about powerful industry figures who sign up young women desperate for stardom and who then direct those women to moan and croon." This statement sheds light on the problematic dynamics at play, where influential men in the music industry often exploit the aspirations of young female artists. The journalist's words painted a picture of manipulation and exploitation, suggesting that the trio was more a product of industry machinations than a genuine artistic endeavor. The trio reached a breaking point when their financial situation became dire. Financial difficulties. Despite their hard work and contributions, they found themselves struggling to make ends meet. A big issue arose with Keith Sweat's 1996 single, Twisted. The music video for this hit song did not even credit Kut Klose, even though the group members had songwriting credits on the track. This omission was a glaring oversight and a sign of the undervaluation of their contributions. The situation worsened when Keith Sweat recorded another song in 1996, Nobody. Out of the 3 members of Cut Close, only Athena Cage was featured on this track. This exclusion further highlighted the growing disparity between Keith Sweat's rising success and the trio's lack of recognition and financial compensation. As Keith's songs climbed the charts, bringing him fame and fortune, the women of Kut Klose found themselves in a precarious financial position, struggling to support themselves. Tabitha Duncan, one of the group members, decided to confront Keith Sweat about their financial struggles. According to Tabitha, Keith's response was dismissive and unsupportive. He told them that if they didn't have enough money, they should find other jobs and take the bus to work. This response showed the lack of understanding and support from someone who had significantly benefited from their talent and hard works. Tabitha, feeling desperate and frustrated, decided to take her concerns directly to Sylvia Rohn, the then CEO of Elektra Records, which was the parent company of Kea Records. She explained their dire situation to Sylvia, saying, "We're signed to a record deal, but we can't work and are gonna get kicked out of our house." Sylvia was sympathetic and understood the gravity of their situation. However, she found herself in a difficult position. Despite her empathy, she was powerless to intervene because the group was under Keith's management, and as his artists, the decisions about their careers were ultimately his to make. The group had potential opportunities to earn money through touring, which could have alleviated some of their financial stress. However, according to Tabitha, Keith complicated matters further by only taking Athena with him on the road. This selective touring not only deprived the group of much needed income, but also sowed seeds of division and animosity among the members, ultimately leading to the big divide among the trio. The Big Divide.
We're not working together anymore. Before I actually started to pursue a solo career.
The trio's journey took a decisive turn that led to big discord among them. Their venture to New York marked a pivotal moment as they embarked on their second album. Upon arriving, they eagerly entered the studio to collaborate with Missy Elliott, anticipating a productive recording session. However, tensions quickly escalated when the label's directives became apparent. The label's decision was clear. They favored using Athena's voice prominently, relegating Levon and Tabitha to background roles. This disparity in vocal prominence caused immediate friction among the group members. Levon and Tabitha questioned their purpose in the studio if they were not going to be given substantial singing parts on the track. It was a stark departure from their previous collaborative dynamics, where each member had shared equal footing in their performances. Tabitha expressed frustration, noting that the higher-ups were determined to shake things up dramatically. The label's strategy seemed aimed at reshaping the group's identity into a feature for Athena Cage, effectively branding it as Athena Cage featuring Cut Close. This unilateral decision did not sit well with the trio. They felt their collective identity and contributions were being undermined and overshadowed. Surprisingly, even Athena herself felt uncomfortable with the label's insistence on pushing her into the spotlight at the expense of her bandmates. The dynamics that had once bound them together as a cohesive unit now threatened to unravel under the pressure of external expectations and decisions. This situation highlighted a bigger problem in the music industry. It showed how artists sometimes have to choose between staying true to their artistic vision and meeting the demands of record labels who prioritize making money. For Kut Klose, it was a significant moment where they had to think deeply about who they were as artists and what they were willing to compromise to succeed in the mainstream music world. Tabitha's journey with Kut Klose was marked by unexpected turns and challenges that ultimately led to the trio parting ways and returning to their solo careers. It all began with Tabitha hearing on the radio that the group was searching for 2 new members, a revelation that came as a shock. Keith, apparently dissatisfied with Tabitha and Levon's contributions, sought to make changes to the lineup without their knowledge. Athena, another member of Kut Klose, was involved to some extent in the decision-making process, meeting with potential replacement singers behind Tabitha and Levon's backs. This behind-the-scenes maneuvering created a sense of betrayal and hurt among the original members who had poured their hearts into the group's music and vision. Amidst these tensions, Kut Klose faced further setbacks. A planned collaboration with Missy Elliott, which could have been a big career boost, never materialized, and the group found themselves unable to complete their second album. These disappointments compounded the internal strife within the group, making it increasingly difficult to sustain their collective momentum. Eventually, the trio made the difficult decision to part ways and pursue their paths in the music industry. For Tabitha, Levon, and Athena, this meant returning to their solo careers, each navigating the ups and downs of the music business on their terms. Solo career. Tabitha confirmed that due to owing Keith's label 6 more albums, they were unable to start any new projects until their contract expired, which was expected around 2003. Meanwhile, Athena pursued a solo career with Priority Records. Her single, Hey Hey, achieved moderate success, reaching number 18 on the charts. Another notable achievement was her song, All or Nothing, which featured on the soundtrack of the popular 2001 film Save the Last Dance. Despite these successes, it became evident that Athena relied on Cut Klose just as much as they relied on her. Unfortunately, Athena's solo career at Priority Records did not go as planned. The label expressed dissatisfaction with the performance of her music. As a result, they decided to drop her from their roster before her solo album could even be released. After making her mark in Atlanta's music scene, Athena Cage eventually felt the pull to return to her roots in Russellville, Kentucky. It was here, in this small town nestled in the heart of Kentucky, that Athena's journey began long before she gained recognition as a talented singer and songwriter. Athena Cage's musical journey started in Russellville, but her aspirations led her to Atlanta, Georgia in 1995, where she sought to further her career in the vibrant and competitive music industry. Her decision to move was driven by a deep passion for music and a desire to explore new opportunities beyond her hometown. Before her musical pursuits, Athena Cage laid the foundation for her future by pursuing higher education at Western Kentucky University. Her time at WKU not only equipped her with academic knowledge, but also instilled in her a sense of community and a commitment to giving back. In 2003, Athena Cage established the Athena Cage Scholarship at WKU, a testament to her dedication to supporting aspiring students in pursuing their dreams. This scholarship stands as a beacon of hope for future generations, echoing Athena's journey of determination and achievement. The recognition of Athena's contributions and achievements did not stop there. In 2004, Russellville, Kentucky, honored Athena Cage by renaming 2nd Street to Athena Cage Way, a gesture that celebrated her roots and her impact on the local community. This renaming symbolizes the town's pride in one of its own who has made a significant mark on the world stage. Athena Cage's connection to her hometown goes beyond symbolic gestures. She has actively contributed to enhancing the local cultural landscape. The Basel Griffin Park Amphitheater, a hub for community events and performances, was renamed the Athena Cage Outdoor Amphitheater in recognition of her artistic contributions and dedication to enriching community life through music and culture. Today, Athena Cage resides in Kentucky, her home base and the headquarters of her musical endeavors. Bowling Green, Kentucky serves as the backdrop for her continued creativity and musical exploration. Athena Cage continued to work in music and education, contributing her talents to various projects and mentoring young artists. After their time in the limelight, Levon Battle and Tabitha Duncan took different paths back to their roots. Levon, originally from Birmingham, returned home to guide her daughter through the complexities of the music industry. She found solace and purpose in supporting her daughter's career, embracing a quieter life away from the hustle and bustle of fame. On the other hand, Tabitha chose to remain in Atlanta, where she started a family and attempted to reintegrate into a more ordinary, low-profile existence. However, her return to a regular job in the public eye proved challenging. She faced unkindness and ridicule from people who viewed her as having fallen from her previous status. This harsh judgment led Tabitha to seek a different path, eventually finding work as a nanny, where she could work behind closed doors away from public scrutiny. Presently, Tabitha Duncan has redirected her focus towards fitness and acting. As a single mother raising 2 daughters, she channels her energy into maintaining a healthy lifestyle and pursuing her passion for acting. Tabitha shares her fitness journey and life experiences on social media, inspiring others with her resilience and determination. The trio of stories reflect the complexities of life after fame, where finding fulfillment often means embracing new roles and priorities. The trio reunion. After nearly a decade of separation, the bond between the women was finally repaired, allowing them to come together once more as sisters. Their journey back to unity was marked by shared experiences on stage with Keith several times, a testament to their reconciliation. In 2010, they marked their renewed alliance with the release of the song Let It Ring, a symbolic gesture of their solidarity and shared musical passion. This collaborative effort was a poignant reminder of their deep-rooted connection and the power of forgiveness in overcoming past differences. As they navigated the complexities of rebuilding their relationship, they continued to make strides in their musical careers. A decade later, in 2020, they delighted fans once again with another single titled Congratulations, further solidifying their comeback and reaffirming their commitment to creating music together. However, despite their newfound harmony and creative collaborations, tensions arose when Keith took the stage on Versus alongside Bobby Brown in July 2021. Anticipation was high among fans and industry insiders alike, eagerly awaiting a reunion that would have included the trio performing their memorable songs together. Unfortunately, Keith's decision not to invite the ladies to participate in the event came as a surprise and disappointment to many. The absence of Kut Klose from the Versus event left fans questioning the state of their relationship and the future of their musical endeavors. For the women who had overcome big challenges to reunite, this omission represented a setback in their journey toward fully restoring their bond and achieving closure on a public platform. In a recent interview with The Marty A. Johnson Show, Tabitha opened up about the puzzling behavior of Keith and how it has affected their relationship over the years. Expressing a mix of frustration and disappointment, Tabitha revealed, "We could have been part of that Versus event. It would have been a huge opportunity for us and could have boosted our presence in the music scene again." Despite their big contributions to Keith's music catalog, including collaborations on several of his chart-topping hits, Tabitha lamented that Keith has distanced himself from them over the past decade. This estrangement has left them feeling overlooked and undervalued, especially considering their role in shaping his success. During the interview, Marty A. Johnson dropped a bombshell revelation that shed light on the dynamics at play. He disclosed that he had extended an invitation to Keith to appear on his show before the Versus battle. Keith's team, after conducting thorough research, came across a video from March of 2020 where Marty had interviewed Cut Klose, a group associated with Keith. Surprisingly, despite the prior agreement to appear on Marty's channel, Keith's team issued a clear directive: don't ask about Cut Clo. This directive from Keith's team raised eyebrows and added another layer of complexity to the situation. It suggested a deliberate effort to control the narrative and possibly avoid discussions that could potentially highlight sensitive or contentious issues involving Cut Klose. The revelation sparked speculation about the nature of Keith's relationship not only with Tabitha and their group, but also with past collaborators in general. It hinted at underlying tensions or unresolved issues that have influenced Keith's decisions regarding his professional associations and public image management. As the interview unfolded, it became clear that the story behind the scenes often differs from the polished image presented to the public. Tabitha's hope for inclusion in the Versus battle and Marty A. Johnson's insights into Keith's guarded approach provided a rare glimpse into the complexities of fame, collaboration, and the delicate balance of maintaining artistic integrity while navigating industry politics. This led many to wonder what happened and what might have caused a rift with Keith Sweat. In recent interviews and discussions, the members of Kut Klose have shared their thoughts on the potential reasons behind their diminished collaboration with Keith Sweat. One possibility they consider is gender dynamics. They ponder whether Keith's reluctance to perform with them comes from them being a female group in a male-dominated industry. Another idea the group members entertain is that Keith Sweat might believe they need more hit songs of their own before they can share the stage with him again. Despite their initial success, Kut Klose's subsequent releases did not achieve the same level of acclaim, and this could be a factor in Keith's hesitance to collaborate with them. In the competitive world of music, maintaining a consistent string of hits is crucial for sustaining relevance, and perhaps Keith feels that Cut Klose needs to establish a stronger discography independently. Another speculation involves the issue of publishing rights. The music industry is notorious for its complicated and often contentious business dealings, especially concerning royalties and publishing rights. The ladies of Kut Klose have floated the possibility that Keith Sweat might be keeping his distance because of unresolved financial disputes. They suspect that Keith may have unfairly benefited from their work, potentially jacking them for their publishing, as they put it. If true, this would not only explain the strained relationship, but also highlight the darker side of the industry where artists, particularly those under mentorship, can be exploited. Despite numerous challenges, the trio continued to pursue their musical career with determination. In May 2022, the members of Kut Klose took to their Facebook page to share exciting news with their fans. They were ready to record their long-awaited second studio album. However, they faced a big obstacle. They needed financial support to bring their project to life. To overcome this hurdle, Kut Klose launched a GoFundMe campaign with an ambitious goal of raising $100,000.
To pitch in and help us out. So can we get that support, y'all? Can we get that support? I've been reading those comments now. Now I know you want us coming. I know you want it, because then we got it first.
This funding would cover production costs, studio time, marketing, and other essential expenses necessary to create a high-quality album. As of the latest update, they had raised a little over $2,600, a modest start but far from their ultimate target. The slow pace of contributions has not deterred the trio's resolve. Kut Klose remains active in the music scene, continuing to tour and perform for their loyal fan base. Their live shows are proof of their enduring talent and passion for music. Through their performances, they aim to remind the world of their unique sound and artistic capabilities. Cut Close's goal extends beyond merely producing another album. They're on a mission to redefine their legacy. Often recognized primarily as Keith Sweat's background singers, they are eager to step out of his shadow and gain recognition as a formidable force in their own right. Their vocal talent, stage presence, and musical versatility showcase their depth as artists, challenging any idea that they are merely supporting acts. While Kut Klose did not achieve the same level of long-term commercial success as some of their contemporaries, their impact on the R&B scene of the 1990s remains significant. Their music continues to be celebrated by fans of the genre, and their collaborations with Keith Sweat are often remembered as highlights of that era. The trio's ability to deliver powerful vocals and emotive performances has left a lasting impression on those who experience their music. Kut Klose's journey from Atlanta hopefuls to R&B hitmakers is a testament to their talent and the transformative power of music. Discovered and nurtured by Keith Sweat, Athena Cage, Levon Battle, and Tabitha Duncan brought their unique vocal blend to the world, leaving an indelible mark on the R&B landscape of the 1990s. Their hit single I Like and the album Surrender remain enduring testaments to their contribution to music, celebrating the artistry and harmony that defined their sound. What do you think about Cut Klose's journey? Share your thoughts in the section below. Did you like this video? Please click the thumbs up button and turn on notifications to get more. Also, don't forget to explore our other videos for more interesting stories and insights.